Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Brenna, and I had no intentions of filming a devotional video today, but the devotional that I did read was about mom guilt. And I know mom guilt is something that I struggle with. I know moms in my life that also struggle with this, and I know there's women all over the world who struggle with it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be mom guilt. I know there's some dads out there who have their kids that they care for and whatnot, but I feel like mom guilt is not an often talked about topic. I feel like it is more talked about now, but not enough as it should be. So yes, if you do have embraced 100 Devotions to Know God is Holding You Close by Lisa Turkhurst. If you do have this book, this particular devotion is on page 289, and it is devotion number 93, and it's called Feeling Guilty. The beginning of each devotional has a verse that goes along with what you are reading about, and each devotion is typically just like a page, maybe a couple pages long. I always go through and highlight main points that really stick out to me or that speak to me. But the verse for today's devotion is Psalm 139, verse 14. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. And in this devotion today, Lisa Turkhurst is talking about how she had a friend that day send her a recipe that involved just peeling and cooking and just all these different cooking steps. And again, she went out and got fast food for her family. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is so relatable to me. So she talks about getting caught up in the guilt of her friends making these homemade meals and her always being on the go and always busy and just always ordering takeout. So I have my notes here that I'm going to read from because I have read this and have got my takeaways from it and my thoughts. So for my notes, I definitely have major guilt over takeout food. My kids have had more McDonald's than they've had of anything else, to be 100% honest with you. Mom guilt about feeding our kids starts when our kids are in our womb. Breastfeeding versus bottle feeding. That's always this major controversy that's happening. And back in 2010, when I was pregnant with my son Noah, breastfeeding was very much pushed on me. Every doctor's appointment I went to, they said, are you going to bottle feed or breastfeed? And I was like, well, I'm thinking about breastfeeding. They'd be like, well, breast is best. And they'd give me a pamphlet on breastfeeding. It's like every single time I went. And I'm not saying that breast isn't best, but I believe that your child will be healthy whether you breastfeed or you bottle feed. I tried breastfeeding Noah. I didn't like it. He hated it, wanted nothing to do with it. And the turmoil and heartache that I put myself through making the decision to switch my son to formula was insane. I cared about my son, but I cared more about what other people thought of me as a mom and the decisions I was making. And that was just really hard on my mind and hard on my heart. It was hard on my family. My husband kept encouraging me, like, honey, it's fine if he drinks formula. Like, I believe he was formula fed. I might be wrong about that. I know I was formula fed. It's just, I just had been told my whole pregnancy, breastfeed, breastfeed, breastfeed. So it was really, really hard for me to make that choice when it came to my son. But now he's 10, he's healthy, he eats everything in sight, like, and he was fed formula, so he's okay. When I got pregnant with Skylar, I had a whole new mindset. I wasn't a perfect mom, but I felt confident in my momming skills. I listened to people when they gave me advice. I was kind when they said something to me or told me a story or whatever, but I pretty much just let it go in one ear and just straight out the other, unless it was like some really good sound advice and something for me to really, really think about. If you are a Christian and have a relationship with Jesus Christ, his opinion and thoughts are the only ones that matter. Nobody else's matters. Yes, there are other people whose opinions and thoughts of you are important, such as like your family or your husband or wife or whatever, those people are important. But what God thinks is much more important than what anybody thinks. You need to think, what does his word say about you? It says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. He created you he created your inmost being. And if you have children or plan on having children or whatever the case may be, whether even if it's adopted children or IVF children or whatever, he gave you the kids that you have, and he knew what he was doing. You are the exact mom that your kids need. And that is something that I have to remind myself of all of the time. My kids are such a blessing to me. And I grew up saying I never wanted kids, but that's a whole different story, a whole other video. But my babies are my babies, and they always will be. And I'm so thankful for them. And I am the exact mom that they need. So I want to read Psalm chapter 139, verses 13 through 16. What did I say the key verse was today? The key verse was 139:14. So I want to read 13 through 16. Okay. I even have this section all highlighted and drawn around in my Bible. It's just, I love these verses and they mean a lot to me. Okay, so Psalm 139, verse 13. For you created my inmost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. My frame was not hidden from you when I was made in the secret place. When I was woven together in the depths of the earth, your eyes saw my unformed body. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Oh, I love those verses so, so much. And yeah, it just gives me hope that I'm doing the right things. I'm leading my kids in the right direction. I'm teaching them daily about Jesus. Being a mom can be really, 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 really hard. And it's easy to compare ourselves to other moms and like, oh, well, she's doing that. Like maybe I should be doing that. You just need to do what's best for your kids. And I was trying to think of some other topics where mom guilt gets thrown in. One that I can think of right off the bat is having your kids sleep in bed with you, breastfed, bottle fed, discipline. Why can't I think of any others? There's plenty of other things that can cause mom guilt, but you do what you need for your kids. You know what's best for them. You know what works for you. And that's all that matters. As long as you listen to God and what he's calling you to do and following his word, then you're good as gold. So like I said, wasn't planning on filming a devotional today, but this one was mom guilt and I was like, that needs to be talked about. So that's all I got. Just a short one. I really hope you liked this video. I hope it was encouraging and inspiring. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And if you are new here, please don't leave without hitting that subscribe button and also pushing the notification bell. That way you will be notified every time I upload a new video. And yeah, that's all I have. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.